Hey guys, it's John, and something kind of interesting happened to me today, so I thought I'd just share it with you. It's kind of cloudy today. I like when it's cloudy because then the sun's not like shining, and I won't go blind. It's not shining on me. I like clouds. So this summer we have to do summer reading. I thought I should go and get the book, so I went to the library to get the book that I have to read for summer. So I go to like 26 different libraries looking for this book, and I finally find it at one. And the librarian, she's kind of fat. She was giving me the book, holding it out to me, and I reached out to take it, and she tried to smack me in the face with it, but I did like a back handspring. I ran up the wall and like did a flip over her head, and I like dodged it. So I ran into the kids section, and I was gonna run out the back door, but then simultaneously all the little kids, like 5 and 10-year-olds, they just like stood up and their eyes started glowing red, and like their hair was like on fire and things like that. And they were zombies, and I was like, okay, this is it. I knew this day was coming, the zombie apocalypse that day. So I climbed out the window because they were blocking the door. I climbed out the window, and so I was like on the roof of the library, and they were like crawling out, like imagine like ants crawling out of a little hole. That's what it was like. There were like thousands of little children with fiery hair and red eyes chasing me on the rooftops of the city, because the roofs around here are kind of close together. So I was like jumping on rooftops, and they were like, some of them could fly, some of them were like shooting lasers from their mouth, and it was crazy. So, you know, and then I came to a bridge at one point, and it was like over the ocean. There were like sharks jumping up out of the ocean, and so I climbed up higher out of traffic, and because waves were like sweeping on the bridge, like carrying cars into the ocean, there were like boats like exploding everywhere, and it was just insane. I was on like the top of the bridge, you know, like the supports, and they were climbing up the bridge's wires, actually chasing me. So the fat librarian who tried to smack me with the book, she was, you know, we were like fighting to the death on this bridge. Like, I know some taekwondo, so I was using it, and like she knew like some taekwondo and stuff, so we were like taekwondo masters, just like fighting each other on this bridge, and it was insane. So I did like a double jump front kick, and kicked her, and she fell off the bridge, exploded or something like that. I was like running across the bridge, and like little kids were like falling off because we couldn't all fit on the top of the bridge. They were falling off, and there were like sharks and whales like eating them and things like that. And so I jumped from the bridge onto a radio tower, and I climbed up it, and then I jumped onto some more rooftops, and I was like running, and I could see my house in the distance. So they were like kids, and I looked behind them. All their hair was like just blue flames, and they were like throwing up blood everywhere. So at one point they were actually like chasing me through the woods, and I like climbed up this big tree and was like jumping on like tree branches, like, and it was like crazy. And then like I jumped into like a little pond type thing, because everyone knows zombies are allergic to water. That killed a few of them, but some of them were still, you know, alive. Well, we were running across a police station, and like I went in and I grabbed because one of the cops had a bazooka in his like gun holster. It was a pretty big gun holster. So I picked up the bazooka, and I was like on the rooftop, and the zombies of the police station, and the zombies, like, they were attacking police officers. It was just insane. They were spraying them with fire hoses, and there was like, water was flooding everywhere. Like, the whole city was probably about 17 feet underwater by this point. So I'm shooting the bazooka at the zombies, and their heads are flying off. Zombie blood, which is yellow, by the way. I know, I didn't believe it either. But yeah, yellow zombie blood just flying everywhere. And when it hit people, they would become zombies. So I was running, and I was on my neighbor's roof, and I noticed a sunroof. So I kicked open the sunroof and glass shattered everywhere. You know, I kicked it open. There was like a huge explosion when I kicked it because I kicked it so hard. It was just like bam, and then like there were like zombie kids like running, and I ran away and they all like fell out into the sunroof. You know, it was like a mousetrap. They were all just falling into the sunroof. So basically outside right now there's zombie kids just climbing around my neighbor's house, eating them. I guess I won't have to deal with my neighbor's stupid dogs barking at 7 in the morning anymore. I just actually climbed through my window and I locked it, but they're still like trying to get in. You know, they're like banging on the roof, but I don't think they'll be able to get in because my house is made of like titanium steel. What's something interesting